Good afternoon. It's January 25th, 2024, and this is BigLaz, aka Team Chaos 1998, and we've got some breaking news this morning. The Wall Street Journal just dropped a bombshell of a report. A major lawsuit has been filed against WWE and its chairman, Vince McMahon. Now, this is big because it also implicates other WWE executives at the time and a current WWE star. So, let's go backwards in time. Little backstory here. We drop the graphic. WWE Executive Chairman Vince McMahon. What a scumbag. This is from January 20th, 2023. WWE Executive Chairman Vince McMahon has settled with former referee Rita Chatterton, who accused him of raping her during the 1980s. McMahon returned as the head of the company last week. Now, we found out later on that he returned as the company forced himself back in, or let himself back in, who knows, to facilitate the sale of WWE to Endeavor. And they created a new group called the TKO Group, which this past week, Dwayne Johnson was revealed as a new member of the board of directors. McMahon, 77, returned as the head of the company last week, having previously stepped down after it was revealed he had paid $19 million in non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, to at least 4 ex-WWE employees, which prohibited them from talking about their relationship with McMahon and any allegations of sexual misconduct. Now, the Wall Street Journal reports McMahon in December reached a confidential settlement with Rita Chatterton, the first woman who accused him of rape. And she was not the last. But eventually, because of the sale was imminent, they decided to pay her off. And there was some disgusting, absolutely disgusting comments from Nick Khan that went under the radar, of course, as most things about WWE do. The wrestling media does not want to report anything negative about them, only if they have to. And then they'll report it very quickly, sweep it under the rug, move on to something else, anything else. Let's talk about AEW ticket sales and ratings instead. We don't want to talk about bad things that WWE's been doing and has been doing for years. So Nick Khan went on a podcast and they asked him about this payoff. And he said that it was a nuisance that had to be dealt with. Think about that. This woman accused Vince of rape. Multiple women have accused him of sexual assault. And now, spoiler, sex trafficking. And there you have Nick Khan, WWE head honcho now, just calling it a nuisance. Well, we just had to get rid of it. That shows you his character. That shows you what kind of person he is. So, now let's go on to the allegations. Not allegations. I'm pretty sure these things happened. It's pretty sad, pretty messed up, but I'm glad it's coming out. I'm glad these lawsuits are being filed. I'm glad that the Wall Street Journal is reporting on this, because the wrestling media would not have dropped this. They would not. They absolutely wouldn't. They ran with a bogus story about Chris Jericho a couple of weeks ago that had nothing behind it. Nothing. The guy that dropped the story even recanted. And now, breaking news, guys, Nick Hausman is ending his podcast. Boo-hoo. Anyway, let's move on to the Wall Street Journal. Here's the graphic. In March 2020, McMahon began sharing sexually explicit photographs and videos of Grant with other women, with other men, including other WWE executives. You know who's a WWE executive? Triple H. Nick Khan. I don't know if he shared them with Stephanie, but who knows? And a former UFC heavyweight champion with whom WWE was actively trying to sign to a new contract. In a May 2020 encounter, McMahon defecated on her head during a threesome. Now, it doesn't say who the threesome was with. We can guess. But it looks like McMahon was trading this woman in exchange for this WWE champion to re-sign with the company. He was offering her to this guy. Sick. Very sick. In July 2021, the suit said McMahon instructed Grant to create personalized sexual content for a WWE superstar that he was trying to re-sign. The suit didn't name the professional wrestler, but described him as both a UFC fighter and WWE talent, aka Brock Lesnar. People familiar with the matter identified the wrestler as Brock Lesnar, one of WWE's biggest names. You know, Brock Lesnar is happily married, quotation marks, to Sable. Interesting. Lesnar didn't immediately respond, of course, Thursday to requests for comment. The suit said McMahon shared the explicit photos with the star and informed Grant that he likes what he sees. After the star agreed to a new WWE contract, McMahon texted Grant in August 2021 to say that part of the deal was effing you. That December, McMahon gave Grant's personal cell phone number to the WWE star. The wrestler asked her to send a video of herself urinating, and after she did, he called her a B. That same month, the suit said, the star expressed a desire to set a playdate, but a snowstorm disrupted those travel plans. All right, so here we go, man. I mean, we've already seen this type of behavior reported about Vince. John Laurinaitis, Vince's right-hand man, who was took more of the brunt of the blowback than Vince did in 2021 or 2022. Vince would trade these women, swap them, traffic them with Laurinaitis and other unnamed WWE executives. Laurinaitis is gone. Vince came back. So there's a pattern is there. We've seen it before. This report should come as no surprise. Now we see what's going to happen, because I want to see what's going to happen in the lawsuit. That's where things are going to happen. WWE fans, they're going to pretend it didn't happen. They're going to defend Vince. They're going to say it's all made up. The Wall Street Journal, it's fake news. The wrestling media, they're going to treat this like it's plutonium. They're not going to want to touch it. They're going to report on it, sort of. But they're not going to want to, condemn Vince or condemn WWE, or really ask the tough questions like, these guys knew about it, right? They knew about it. The board of directors knew about it. Ari Emanuel, the head of Endeavor, he knew about it. Triple H knew about it. So, and they let it happen. They let Vince come back. They let him do whatever he wanted to do. Then you have guys that are there in WWE who, go online and, they pretend like they're holier than thou. Your boss is a scumbag. And multiple bosses are scumbags. So it looks bad for them. But do I think anything bad is gonna hurt WWE's business? No. Their fans, they pretend to care about these things, but they don't. They just want to see their pyro and the, and they want to go online and, talk about how WWE is making lots of money and all that. But to me, this just shows me once again why I don't follow WWE, why I'm not a fan of WWE, because of this stuff. Because, I just personally, I just can't, and morally I can't with these guys. So in the next few days, you're going to see other content creators on YouTube and on X, TikTok, and they're going to pretend like boys will be boys. That's exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see Jim Cornette, and you're going to see these other YouTubers and guys like Bischoff just say, well, that's just Vince. He was having fun. Yeah. That's who these guys are, man. That's who these guys are. They're scumbags. So, hey, that's them. Let's not be like that. And when stuff like the allegations that came out against Jericho, let's actually take a step back and look at the differences here. Okay? Because I know I'm gonna get comments, people saying, well, you defended Jericho. Yeah, I did, because there was no Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal didn't report on that. Some asshole reported on it. Or didn't report on it. He just tweeted something vaguely with nothing to back it up. Okay? So, you've got that versus this, and there's no comparison. If anybody wants to really get into the minutia of it, the worst thing that Jericho was accused of was that he made a pass at a girl, it was rejected, and that was it. So, meanwhile, over here in WWE, you have Vince being accused of rape, paying women off. He's got multiple women accusers in the flesh, real people, not just some rando on Twitter. No, these are real people. These are real allegations. These are real lawsuits. These are real things that happened. And now we have a big lawsuit. Do I think WWE is going to try to, just open up the checkbook and pay it off and so they can forget about it? Yeah, I think they're going to try to do that. But I hope that it doesn't get just swept under the rug. I hope that there's a trial, and I hope a lot of things come out. A lot of things that they don't want to come out. So, and does this make look? I hope that there's finally some accountability. Okay? Because, we've got these gross allegations, and nobody wants to hold this guy accountable. Nobody wants to hold the WWE accountable. I think what fans should want to come out of this is a better WWE, because they're not going to go away. They're too big. Okay, they're too big. But do you really want to just sweep this under the rug? Vince comes out on WrestleMania and you cheer him, blissfully ignorant of what he is, a rapist? Or would you like WWE to get better and have better people behind the scenes? Good people, not scum. And not people that let these things happen. Okay? I'm not saying Triple H is a bad guy. I'm just saying that a lot of stuff happened under his watch, and he did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to keep watching this story for further developments. I'll make another video if there's something else comes out. And I will also drop my AEW Dynamite review later on after the ratings come out, so I can talk about all things AEW Dynamite, all things good in the wrestling world. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you later.